Hello, everybody. This is your Week 1 Class 2 lecture. And I'm just going to remind you about the 5 melodies that I'm asking you prepare for class for Week 2, your face-to-face class. 6.33, 6.35, 6.41, 6.42, and 6.45. So some of those are canons, and we'll be doing those one and apart. So just, go through them so that you feel comfortable singing alone on all of that. So I talked about syncopation in our face-to-face class, and we're gonna, this week, all you're gonna have is a dictation exercise. It's a little longer. So for your face-to-face class, Week 2, you'll have the prepared melodies and this dictation. So I was very inspired by that song, I Can See Clearly Now, and I have decided to make it kind of the focus of our dictation syncopation escapades. So I just want to do a little bit of a review of the basic syncopation elements that we did, but I'm going to do it in 4/4. In class we did it in 2/4 just to make it real simple. But first, if we just take a look at, again, 4/4, so we've got 4 beats per bar. I wrote out just all of the eighths, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. I can create syncopation at the 8th note level, with the time being a quarter note length of time, by simply doing this. And then, of course, across the bar line and so on. Okay, and that could be just a separate one. A little better way to write this, although this is not incorrect, but a better way to write this would be to do it so that we interpret these syncopations as a full quarter instead of 2/8. These sound exactly the same. So if I clapped this first bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm going to clap this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Sounds exactly the same. But again, this is just a little easier to read, okay? So there's going to be a few elements to this assignment. This is going to be element A, and I want you on your staff paper to just put 2 bars on the top line. Again, this will be identified as element A. And what I'm doing, I'm going to take some small extractions out of this tune that we're going to do in its entirety, but just so you feel like you really understand some of the more complicated moments in the melody. So this is the example. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I'll count 1 bar before the first bar of your 2-bar example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay? So it's a 2-bar dictation. I'll do it one more time, counting 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, so that's element A. Element B, if you remember our pie game, there was an element that was coconut. And in that particular, the way that was notated, it was at the 8th note level. Coconut, 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 coconut. Here it's going to be a little bit faster, and I want you to figure that out, but I'm going to give you a hint. So set up, this is element B, and you're going to have another 2 bars. Now, these 2 bars are going to be identical, so if you get it in the first bar, just put it in the second bar too. So if this is my pulse, these are quarters, we're in 4/4. 16ths are 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3 eanda, 4 eanda. Just to give you a little hint, so coconut, 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 coconut. So you can see it's no longer at the 8th note level, it's now at the 16th note level. So here's the example B. Again, 2 bars. First bar is the same as the second bar. And it goes like this. I'm counting 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? I'll do it one more time. Use 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? On to example C. Example C is just a little bit of a variation on example B. I'm actually adding a note. And it is also 2 bars long in 4/4. First bar is the same as the second bar. And it's going to go like this. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. Here's 1, I'm counting 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I've filled in actually the last 1/8 of the bar with a note, okay? This is all just rhythmic dictation, no pitch or anything. Okay, now we're headed into example D. This is the last one before we actually get to our tune. I'm still just building on variation or example B. I'm adding yet another note, okay? So now I'm going to come in actually 1/8 note earlier. The example sounds like this, 2 bars, 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I'll do it one more time. So it's coming in on the and of 2, but it's the same motive that we started with in example B. Here's example D as in dog, counting 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good, and you kind of feel a strong kick on the 3rd beat on coconut, coconut, Okay, so I think those little motives should help you get this whole melody a little bit easier. So you might, you can probably do this on the same page, but here's how you're going to set up your paper. So I'm going to call this example E. This is our complete melody. And I want 4 bars on each line. It is 20 bars long. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, okay? Give you a second to set that up. It'll just be easier if you go ahead and write in your bar lines.
It's in 4/4. I'm going to break it down into 4-bar units. So this is the song. It's going to be a bright, sunshiny day, or I Can See Clearly. There's lots of great recordings of this. I think it's a good song for us to start the semester off with, and it's filled with terrific syncopation. But I'm going to be a little straighter than a lot of, the artists that you might hear that have recorded it, and I want you to write down my rhythm, So don't just call up the sheet music for I Can See Clearly, because I bet you I do it a little differently. Anyway, here we go. First 4 bars, okay? So this is going to be my tempo. First 4 bars of the song, so this is your example E. I'll start counting 1 bar before the first bar. I'm going to say the text, and I'm going to play the rhythm. Hopefully the same as what I'm saying. So here we go. 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the 4th bar was a rest. All right? I'll repeat that one more time. This is the first 4 bars. Here's counting 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's move on to bars 5 through 8. Now I'll give you a hint. So 5 through 8 is almost identical to the first 4 bars, except at the end of bar 6 and the beginning of bar 7. I've changed it up just a little bit. Basically the same, but I hope that you can catch what is different. So I'm starting on bar 5, and I'm going to go through bar 8. Here's 1 bar before bar 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I can see all obstacles in my way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so bar 4 and bar 8 are identical. They're just rest. What a gift. Okay, I'm going to do 5 through 8 one more time, starting 1 bar before bar 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I can see all obstacles in my way. Off, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Moving on to bars 9 through 12. Now this is going to be changing it up just a little bit, especially in bar 12. But checking. All right, here is starting on bar 9, going through bar 12. Bar before, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. 1, 2. It's gonna be a. Okay, that's the motive that I had you doing before. I'm going to do bar 9 through 12 again. There's a bar before. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Gone are the dark clouds that had me on to measure 13 through 16. Starting on measure 13, okay. One bar before, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bright, bright, sunshiny day. Off. It's gonna be up. So just a hint, measure 16 is the same as measure 12, all right? Gonna do 13 through 16 one more time. Here's a bar before 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bright, bright, sunshiny day. 1, 2. It's gonna be up. My sunshiny piano didn't speak very well, but the rhythm is in my voice. Okay, just 4 bars left. And really only 3 bars left. And you'll see why. So I'm starting now. This is your last system of 4 bars. This is going to be bar 17. Okay? Here's 1 bar before bar 17. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bright, bright, sunshiny day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So the last bar. Hint, hint, wink, wink is the same as bar 4 and the same as bar 8. Okay. All right. I'm gonna play through the whole thing now so you can kind of check your work. All right? Here we go. This is all 20 bars. I'm going to count off 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I can see all obstacles in my way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. 1, 2. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. 1, 2. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. That's the whole song. I thought that was a fun project, and we all need to think about bright, sunshiny days. Okay. So we'll do this in class, week 2 at your face-to-face class. I think it's kind of a fun project. I hope you do too, and you're going to be rocking and rolling with syncopation. Okay. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.